I'm curious, like through your experience, like how did you decide what to like package and productize first in your skills that you acquired along the way to create something that was had potential for scalability?
Like, just let's just take Founder OS as one example. Okay. And I could talk about other things too. It's like every time I just get started with like something that's like a best guess, in that case, Soulful Entrepreneur, 2 month thing, 30 founders, helping them with like the inner world and outer world of being a founder. Result ended up like they loved it. I learned what modules were really useful and topics were useful. I learned what stuff was not as useful because I got them to rank it every week. Like, what did they like and not like? And then I got them at the end to say like the best parts and the worst parts and give me a sense of directionally what was the main stuff that was helpful and the stuff that didn't matter. And then I did that again. So it was almost in a sense like a comedian testing their bits in like New York comedy clubs before doing a Netflix special. Allowed me to kind of like get direct feedback from almost like a live crowd on like what was good and what was not, which then like directionally gave me the understanding of like which skills or systems or things like what did people really want help with, and the stuff that was kind of like meh didn't matter. And that's been the process of Founder OS the whole time, basically, right? I'm constantly learning like what people actually need and the stuff that's like, yeah, like doesn't really matter to me, right? And we
Okay.
keep refining and just going down that path. So it's, I sometimes think there's a lot of a myth around like, at least from my own experience and a lot of people I know, like entrepreneurship is less about like light bulb moments or like these epiphanies that lead to whatever. Although it's more about like mini versions of that, where it's just constant little iterations moving directionally to like a solid North Star. So like, with Founder OS, then eventually, like I remember talking to a friend and he was like, oh, like what you're doing sounds good and all, but like the soulful entrepreneur thing, like it sounds like a yoga studio. I think what people are really going to care about are like the systems side of it and all that. And I think you should double down there. And that to me sounded like great and exciting. And so that's what I did. And I rebranded the company to Founder OS and we doubled down more into systems to help founders remove themselves from operations and build founder-led brands. And we just keep kind of going down that path. And I'm sure it'll change a lot over the next 3 years still. So that's kind of how I think about it. Is like market feedback around what I'm doing,
Mhm.
picking like the winners. Like I'm not going to pick all the things. I'm trying to pick like what are like the 1 to 2 things in any given moment to like just on a personal level, what skills I'm trying to learn. I'm just really learning the skills that I need now. So I try not to like learn a thing that's going to be like 7 moves down the road and then just be overwhelmed because I'm doing the 7 thing down the road and I'm doing the thing now. It's like, how do I just do the thing now unbelievably and then do the next thing unbelievably? And along the way, like pulling in resources, mentors, or YouTube or whatever I need to, books, podcasts, whatever, to just do those things really well. But I try not to
Mhm.
get too far ahead of myself. Like,
Mhm.
I'll end up learning about AI agents a lot as we build up our own founder AI agent, which is kind of happening, but I'm not going too deep yet because it's not quite on my plate yet. But if it ever does
Mhm.
get close to me and on my plate hardcore, I will go hardcore in learning that and I will learn it. But I'm not going to go there yet because it just doesn't matter yet, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I think that was like it's somewhat of a mindset question and mindset thing for me. Is like I the hearing from somebody else who's gone through that was yeah, it's helpful and validating. And I'm struggling with like feeling like I have enough assets in my program to offer before launching versus like just going and continuing to build the assets as I go. Because
Yeah.
everything I've done has been service based. Like I'm much more familiar with like being in it and in fulfillment. And like I think I question myself a lot more in action because I'm like, that's when I'm like the best at what I do. So trying
Mhm.
to like package that and create assets and then feel like that's enough value on the front end before I can confidently like sell this new program is the mindset block that I keep having. Yeah, like how much to have packaged versus how much to build later.
Cool. The way I think about this, if you like one example of many is like to keep it super, super simple, like again, like what do the greats do, right? Jeff Bezos, before any Amazon product has even started, they write the press release. So what does
Mm-hmm.
that look like for what you're doing? Start with the landing page. Build a
Mm-hmm.
badass offer or landing page that someone would buy, right? And then when you've got that pretty good, then just go make the product to be able to sell that thing. Right.
Yeah.
And then you've got like whatever minimum viable product it is that like fulfills the promise of whatever the hell's on that page. Right. And then launch it and rip it and go. And then have this. I always think about these sort of things like programs or these things is like I take like a software development sort of mindset with it, where it's like, I think what people are really paying for with this kind of stuff, like programs, let's say, is like they get in, there's some promise, they're in it, now they're moving. A big thing that I think builds a lot of confidence is just the pace that you can push shipping updates, kind of like a
Mm.
software update on your phone. Right. So if people keep
Yeah.
saying like, wow, now it's this, wow, I bought this thing, but now it's this thing too. And wow, they launched that. Now they're doing that. It's like, just worry more about that part of the equation. So launch
Mm.
the thing, get it live, get people all that, sure. But like then focus on like listening to them. What do they need? What do they want? Boom, ship, ship, ship. And if you can get into that pace of it, people are like, damn, these people really fucking care. Wow, this is amazing. They're listening to what we're saying. And I think that is like where it gets more mind blowing for the customer. And don't worry, like, oh, I didn't build enough. They're going to ask for this. It's like, good. Like, I hope they ask for shit because I'm going to show them how fast I can ship that stuff.
Mm.
You know?
That's such a good point. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so valuable because it's like as you learn and develop more skill, it's kind of like being stuck in analysis paralysis is not helpful because then you're not actually applying what you're learning. It's like when you apply, it's like then you actually can like iterate. And
Yeah.
so as I'm applying and then I'm learning more skill and then applying that and then learning more and then applying, that's kind of,
Yeah. I'll leave with one thing that will probably be helpful. Okay. When I think about launching products, especially early on, when I first have a thing, right? I'm launching the product to figure out what product I should build.
mm,
I'm launching the product to figure out which product I should build. So I don't even really, the first thing doesn't even matter. I know that things would be garbage in like 2 weeks or like 2 months. Sorry, not 2 weeks, 2 months. Okay. The point is like I'm launching it. I almost view it like a sandbox. I'm getting all these kids to go play in it. And then I'm seeing like what they make. And then I'm starting like, give them tools, give them this, give them that, help them out, whatever the hell. But like, you just need people to start like showing you what's up. Right. So
yeah,
don't overthink the fucking thing. It's going to suck is the truth. You're going to be embarrassed
yeah,
by it in 3 months. I guarantee it. Right. So
yeah,
just launch the
yeah,
thing and then just get on the cycle of like, yeah, shipping and improving. And oh, there's pressure on me because they want that. Good. The pressure will make diamonds. Like keep it ripping. Right.
yeah.
That's how I think about it.